everybody. Welcome to the House Calls. I'm Dr. Quack, and today we are celebrating our 7-year anniversary in the podcasting business. This I have been doing for quite some time. This actually started in 2017, where I would get into a camera and I would be telling my thoughts. That's how this originally started. I want to thank Bobby Starr, a professional wrestler who played Doink the Clown over there in the Maryland, Delaware, Virginia area. Also was a roadie and many other things, but I want to thank him for giving me this idea long ago. Now, I've gone from so much. I've gone from that. I've gone from having co-hosts. I've had interviews with various people. I've been to many shows covering. But now I want to talk about something that I've been wanting to talk about for a while. And I figure today is the day. We're going to talk about the top 10 promo groups and shows. We're going to talk about these because these are something that I wanted to cover. I wanted to come out here and talk about the individual groups, and I wanted to rank them. I have a top 10. I watch a lot of promo feds. I watch a lot of side shows, so I get to see a lot of things. I just want to explain to you real quick the criteria that I'm using. I'm going by the individual shows and promotions. How many do they put on a month? How long are they on the average? Are they live? Are they on YouTube? Are they posted directly to the page? You know, the performers that are in this. That is something else that I wanted to talk about because you'll see what I mean later on. Talking about the quality of the champions that they have, the drama that comes into these feds, the viewership, and the entertainment value overall. So that's pretty much my criteria there. But first, let's go into number 10. We are going first here with BXT. Let me tell you, BXT, if this isn't a show that you have not watched, you really should. This usually comes out here weekly, bi-weekly. You're going to find a lot of solid competitors in this. This is a developmental brand here. But pretty much, this helps build the BWO. You will see a lot of newcomers. They will enter directly into it. A big thing here with this is you will see a lot of competitors that are competing throughout the promo world. This is their way of getting them fully acclimated into being into the top tier BWO brand, the BWO promo division. This is their Facebook page. By all means, if you want to check that out. Let me break down my criteria because, their shows, like I said, they're generally good. You're going to find a lot of up-and-comers that are moving up into the major places in the promo world. They will start here. The performances are okay. It's what you expect. It's developmental. You're going to see some guys that will shine quickly and will move up into the BWO. You will also see some guys who need work. And this is a good spot for them to help improve themselves. They do have a BXT champion. They do have that. It was, I believe, AEP. It might now be Young Buck. It does move around quite often. I do notice that. It is not a title that has been held for a long period of time. So, you're going to get some decent championship holders, guys that you may see in other feds. There's no drama that really comes out of there, off screen, so you don't really see a lot of that. Viewership is okay. I think the biggest thing for BWO as well as BXT is viewership. Like, they're trying to increase it. You're starting to see a lot of guys that came here directly from the BWO and moved into other territories like WGP and Revolution Inferno and other places. You're starting to see them really move up. The entertainment value, I actually rank it pretty good. Like, if you're looking to see who's coming up in the promo game, to see who's the next star, who could be a new champion over in the next 6 months in other feds, this is a good place to watch. We have the Promo Performance Alliance, PPA. They've been around for a long period of time. Many years. They've done a lot of stuff here. I got to tell you, when it came to the Forbidden Door being opened, it was nice to work with Justin Smith on that. We originally got that started to where a lot of people now work together. But before that, they were a smaller fed. They had a lot of talent that would come in to work. The big thing with the Promo Performance Alliance is they've got a ton of titles. If you are after a championship, you can generally win one here. I mean, they have, I think, the most amount of titles in a Fed. I would say close to double digits. There's a variety singles and tags and a variety of individual titles with many a different names, including the KOPPA. You have that there. The overall performances of the show, they're okay. I mean, it depends, I think, who's fighting, because you will see some bigger names come down here for the main events, and sometimes the smaller shows, they'll help boost up that for viewership. It just varies on what you get on it. It's a hit and miss. You have to really look and see who's fighting on there. Commentary is a decent job there. I will say that. Purge does a decent job with keeping people interested in the shows. The drama, yeah, it can be hit or miss, and that's like a lot of places you're going to find on this list. You will see the drama come in. You will see the drama go out. The entertainment value, yeah, I think out of a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna probably give this about a 6. You will see some stuff there. It's not a big Fed. It's not like your major Fed where you have a lot of the top names are coming there, but you will see some talent that will come from PPA and end up going out to other Feds. So, I mean, you will see a lot of people here you may recognize. This is a good Fed to check out, by all means. Here's the page, as you can see on the screen. And we go to the Promo Entertainment Network. As you can see, there are many Feds underneath this: Inferno, Revolution, APF, and the one I am talking about right now is Fight Night. It's a nice show. I was there working with it a little bit. Before that, you had Josh Steele as the GM, and currently you have Heathen. And it's a good, solid show. You're usually going to get about 45 minutes to an hour on it. It'll usually come out once to twice a month, depending on how they're running it now. But I mean, overall, it's a solid show. You're usually going to get about 4 matches. They have a lot of solid talent that comes in there through Revolution, through Inferno, and sometimes even outside of it. It's meant to be a smaller style show. It's a nice little side show to watch once to twice a month. What I will tell you is, it's generally live, so you will get to see that there. You can generally go to the page, as I'll show you right here. Promo Entertainment Network. You can definitely go and watch it there. Performers, yeah, they're pretty strong. You usually get some strong performers in there. A lot of people will come in and want to fight for that Fight Night title. Currently held by Vagabond. Vagabond is another character. He is moving up in the world of promoing, and now that current champion. It's definitely solid there. In this, of course, you've got several different Feds that are all together in one. You will see some drama every now and then. It does happen. Like I said, this happens throughout most places, so this is nothing new. Viewership is usually pretty good. It could be anywhere from 50 to 100, that'll be watching. Sometimes maybe a little bit more. I think it depends on the show, the matchup, how much they promote themselves, which they do a fairly decent job. I would put the entertainment value of this show probably at about an 8. Generally, you're going to find some really quality talent that usually does promo in every other Fed, but you will find some ones that are directly linked to the Inferno and also Revolution. I would say this is a pretty good Fed to watch if you are looking for something to check out on Friday nights. And at number 7, we're going with the Asylum Promo Federation. This is a new Fed that has been around now for a little less than a year, but they're making their strides, and this is why I have them up at number 7. They do have a lot of great competition involved in this. They are also a part of the Promo Entertainment Network, so you will have all of that right there. But I will tell you, APF, it stands alone pretty well. They now have 3 different shows going on, and they're now creating 3 different titles for each individual show. They have their main show, they have Lockdown, and they have their other show that'll be hosted once a month once that gets ran up here. I imagine that's coming up shortly. But they do have a lot of good promo artists that come together. They have a lot of them that are from a lot of other places that will come meet here. Generally, it's a live show. You will see, like the Lockdown show and the Stranglehold sessions. Those will be out there for it. You usually see this about once a month with the big show. I would say the quality of champions is pretty good. Purge is now the current APF champion. You had Little Sweet there for a while. Before that, you had Hollywood Haywood. You had some good criteria as far as champions go. There has been a little bit of drama and a little bit of controversy, especially with decisions. Those have happened. A couple Steve Harvey moments. But, outside that, it's done pretty well for its first year. A lot of people have said that this place would not last 6 months, and it's done beyond that. So for them, I can definitely say that's a good positive and keep up the good work. The viewership, like I said, it's mainly controlled to the page. As you know, most of these pages are private. So that means you can't share it very many other places. You literally have to go in to go watch their shows. So if you want to go in, you make sure you go click on the Asylum promo fed. See where it says joined, it would say invite there. But yes, entertainment value for this, I would actually go 7. I would go 7 for 7. That makes a lot of sense. Dusty D. Paul being the owner of this company. It's got a lot of good things that might happen. We'll have to, wait and see. But this is my number 7. And now let's go into my number 6. And at number 6, we have Wild 'N Out Wednesday. This is a small show that is done weekly. There's a lot of good stuff here. I think as far as the weekly shows and the smaller shows, this is probably the best one to watch. You have a lot of great stuff. Usually, a lot of people like to post their hypes to the page. These guys generally will have hypes directly on the show, weekly show. So if you turn into it, you'll learn a lot more about the matches. And generally, also, you will get a match or two on there. So it's a pretty good segment. Usually it's about 30 to 45 minutes. It is done live. You can watch it on YouTube. They are starting to actually put it on the page live as well. So that is some good stuff there. You will get some quality performers. I think WGP has a good amount of quality performers that are competing there and primarily there. You have some that travel the circuit, but you have some that are actually just primarily there and maybe even in BWO as well. I think this definitely is something for people to tune into. The champions, they will even show up there. You will see the FTW champion, the WGP champion show up there, and the Havoc champion. They will be on there at times, sometimes in title defenses. So you will get that. It kind of gives you that superstars feeling, from the WWF, where you will have the people come on there and do matches, and it will just build up for the big shows at the end of the month. Drama, there's very little of that. There's very little that comes out from there. But I will say this, the viewership is okay, and it is actually picking up. And I will say the entertainment value of this show, I'm going to rate that about a 6.5 to 7. The big thing about this, it's informative. This is the one, if you're wanting to know why these two are fighting or who's fighting who, this is a great show to watch. I would definitely recommend it. And now we're going to go on to number 5. Number 5, we're going into the Inferno. This is the Promo Entertainment Network. A lot of things have been built up here. Many feds have joined this, but the Inferno originally came from the VOH, and now it's its standalone product. I will tell you that they generally run once a month. You have roughly anywhere from 3 to 5 matches on the card. It's a nice little show. I think it does have some quality contenders. I would say majority of the people that are competing in the Inferno are from elsewhere as well. So you get a couple people, like you get Stomp, Big Daddy Stomp there, and you get the Disciple. Those are two that come to mind that are primarily Inferno. Overall, it's a solid show. I mean, you get a good amount of performers. The Inferno Championship and the Incendiary Championship are there. I'd say the quality of champions pretty strong. I mean, you've got Sergeant Havoc out there who's currently holding the Spitfire Championship. Yeah, he's holding that. You've got Seven, who is holding the Inferno Championship. And you got Big Daddy Stomp, who's holding the Incendiary title. So you have some quality champions. A little bit of drama comes out of here, but like I said, this is pretty much every place. I can repeat that every episode here that I'm doing. But, that's just the way it is. Drama is kind of calmed down here pretty well. I mean, they keep a tight-knit group on this. Viewership is pretty good, I would actually say. Viewership, you would see anywhere from, I would say 80 to 90 to possibly up to 150 to 200, depending on who's booked, who is fighting on the shows, how big they build the matches. But yes, this is the classic style where people drop hypes on the page. You will have the follow there. This, again, is where you have private groups where you have to go directly to the page to be able to follow this. Entertainment value, I will actually go with this at an 8. I will say this is very well entertaining. I mean, there's a lot of good matches. There's a few lower level matches on there, but that's what you expect in the promo world. You don't want every match to be so high that there's no, like, roller coaster with it. It's not all just building, because eventually you will get let down. This one here, yep, definitely some ups and downs as far as quality of matches. You will see some good ones. Definitely worth turning into. This is the page here for it, by all means. Check it out, and we're going into number 4. At number 4, this is the BWO promo division. This is actually one of the most underrated feds, I believe, right now. I believe that they are picking up traction. This is definitely a quality fed to watch. They usually have a show once a month. This is definitely something I recognize and definitely recommend. I would say that you would want to watch this. They usually have about an hour show, half hour to an hour show with certain matches on there. They just had their War Games match, which is very hard to do. I will say that for most feds I have seen War Game match with. This one here, they actually did an excellent job with. They will do these on through YouTube, so you will generally see their links there. They have them posted to their page. As you can see, this is also a page, not a group, which means it is more visible and more easily seen. You can definitely tune into this. I would say your quality of champions and performers is pretty high here. I mean, you have guys like JTA, you have Bones out there, you have Mr. Wallace, you have Vagabond. You will see some of these guys, they travel the circuit. Some of them work here and also work in WGP. These are a lot of guys that you want to watch, you want to tune in for. Definitely Joey Ramboa. There's a lot of greats here. The Talk Your Shit Championship. They grade on a different scale from what I've seen on a lot of other feds. And it's more self-explanatory when you see the notes. You kind of see where the judge is coming from. I will say that they're one of the few feds that do come out there and put their notes out there on the screen so you can see them. It's a plus or a minus depending on how you're looking at it. But yeah, drama, you really don't hear much out of that as far as drama goes. A lot of these guys, that tight niche group, this actually keeps things very well, very impactful with their shows. They keep it on the screen. Viewership, like I said, is improving. I think that if you do this in about 6 months to a year, they could be moving up higher in this list potentially. Entertainment value, I'm actually going to go 8.5 out of 10. I believe that this is actually very well worth watching. The only bad thing that you may have an issue with may be language, but if you don't have a problem with language, this is definitely an entertaining show to watch. And now on to number 3. And at number 3, we have, from the Promo Entertainment Network, we have Revolution. They have been around for a long period of time. They were originally owned by TDC, and then eventually Landfill, otherwise known as Timmy Renz, he came in. He is now with Jake Smith. They are now the co-owners of the Promo Entertainment Network, which started with Revolution and Inferno. But Revolution, I will tell you, they have usually a great show. And they come out once a month. They would usually be anywhere from an hour to an hour and a half. It also depends on how many matches they're booking. They've been closer to that hour time frame because they've been booking 4 to possibly 5 matches per card. I would definitely say that they run a quality show. They're done live, which is a great thing. Again, this is on a private page, so you have to be a part of the page to be able to watch it. That can be plus or minus, like I've been saying. But, yeah, the performers here, pretty good. You're getting some new talent, some influx coming in of other places that are now joining in here. You got your champions. You've got Brett Jacobs. You have the Outbreak Championship. Not sure how that's going to go. I mean, that could be Heathen. That could be Malice. There's some people coming in that it's going to be good. So, championship plus the tag titles they're trying to determine as well. There's a lot of things in the air. I think they're going to continue to stride well. I think they're going to do a great job. I mean, that's why I have them high on the list. I think they may move up as well. I think they're right around that area, 1, 2, 3. You know, these three are definitely hard to rank. I will say that. So you have pretty good quality champions. Like I said, drama is pretty much well kept there. Tight niche group on that. Viewership is really good because you are going to get some good viewership on this. You are going to be able to see with some quality matches here that generally come out. Entertainment value, I'm going to rate this an 8. I think that they have a high quality entertainment value. They make up for it with a good fan base and a good amount of people that tune into this in and outside of the Promo Entertainment Network. This is definitely something that I think you should definitely want to watch. As you can see, here's the page. By all means, click on it and join if you would like to see it. And we'll move on to number 2. And then we have number 2. And we're talking about Heart and Soul Promotions. This is a group that has now been around for almost 3 years, doing a great job with that. They generally run shows every 2 weeks. So that gives you a little bit of time frame as far as hypes go. And we talk about shows that are once a month. You have that time frame to build. These necessarily you may not. You may only have about 10 days before it has to be turned in. So you've got to make sure you're on the spot there because the judges do watch the hypes. And it does work out. Their usually shows are about an hour to an hour and a half. They used to be about 2, but they've kind of trimmed that down. Usually we'll see about anywhere from 5 to 7 matches on a card. This is ran by President Mayhem. He is the one that runs Heart and Soul Promotions. I will say the performers, you see a lot of them that are around the promo world. You do have a few that are there primarily. Some people have retired as of late, like the Storyteller. You have Half Past Black, who is primarily there. But you have others, like the Villain. He's generally, that's his main spot. But you have others there that come in and travel. This used to be the melting pot. It still kind of is. I think they run great shows as far as that. They're champions. They have Mr. Wallace as the Pure Heart champion. They have Heathen as the Soulfire champion. And you have the Cartel, Bossellini, and A-List Alverson as the tag team champions, which they do something now that's generally different from the rest of the promo world. They do live tag team matches. That is a big selling point for a lot of people. A lot of people love the tag team matches. At the time of this video, they will have their Lions Roar 3. They will have the Cartel taking on the Highway Hellraisers in a live match. They haven't had them there for a few months, but it'll be nice to see it, definitely. Can't wait. Drama, yes, there used to be some drama in HSP. I think that has all calmed down, which is a great thing. You can't have too much drama outside of what belongs on screen. So they're coming back with a full force. You know, they might get back to that potential of where they were, I believe. But viewership, yeah, it's generally pretty high. It's generally, you know, you're not seeing a show below 100, you know, within 24 hours of viewership. I would say that it's definitely among the tops. Entertainment value, I would say, is pretty high. I'm actually going to rate this 8.5. I think this is a really good show to watch. You will have some great matches on there, and the headliners are generally what people want to tune in for, like this one coming up here. Yeah, check out this page, Heart and Soul Promotions. If you're not a part of it, by all means, hit that invite button. I'm sure they will accept you. And you can see all the action there. And now, we're going to go into number 1. And number 1, we have WGP, Wrestling Geeks and Pariahs. This is a group, if you do not know about them, you should definitely click on. There is a lot of great talent here that comes out and fights. They come from a lot of other places, but there are a lot of people that stay in WGP primarily. They usually run once a month. You can find them on YouTube. They will also stream live on the page, so you can check it out there. There are also multiple platforms to make sure you're able to check out their content. Like I said, to set up their big shows, they usually use Wild Out Wednesday to produce their hypes and to showcase them. So it's a good way where you can just go one-stop shop, be able to catch what you need to see, and see who's fighting who. It is a great thing for that. Like I said, they do this live. Like the performers, yes, you have the current WGP champion. You have Hollywood Haywood. You have Young Buck over here now, the FTW champion. You have Don Krypton, who is the Havoc champion. You have a lot of great things, involved with this. A lot of great talents. You will see a lot of people. Some have came from BWO, some have came from Foundation into this. You will see guys that have promoted everywhere, but this is generally a great show that you can get to watch. Drama is very minimal here. I will say that they generally, when something happens, they keep that tight niche. They do not mess around very much. They handle business. Mr. Wallace definitely handling business as the group runner here. He does a wonderful job, and I think that he should be highly recommended if you're wanting to watch a show. This is a guy here that has a lot of knowledge. Viewership is not bad. Usually it depends on the show, but you will have the people that watch. They are loyalists. I will say this. They are loyal to WGP, and they love watching their entertainment there. You will see on YouTube, you'll see anywhere from 50 to 75. I think they do a great job with that. Entertainment value, I will generally rank this at a 9. I would say most shows are very well entertaining. They're captivating. They're not making me want to fast forward if I'm not watching it live. I generally want to see pretty much every match on the card. They've got loyalists there too, as far as guys like Meekman. He's their former owner, Vince Kane. Chaos, definitely, he did a great job back then, but he's no longer with the company. You have guys like Sness who travel everywhere. A whole bunch of stuff that you should generally want to watch and you want to see out of a promo show. This is definitely one I recommend. This is the page here. By all means, again, it is a private group, so in order to see it, you have to click on the group and be able to see, unless you're checking out the YouTube shows. But yes, that is my top 10. I hope too many people are not upset with the order. This is my opinion. This is where I have pretty much made an order here of shows I watch, shows I get to see. If yours is not on here, it doesn't mean it doesn't belong. It just means that I may not watch it or I may not be familiar enough with it. It just happens like that. But that's all I got, folks. Thank you all for tuning in. I'm Dr. Quack, and we'll see you next time.